What is going on, guys? DDE versus TidleyWinx in the Playhem North American Daily. And it is October 18th. GoSu.Dde spawning as the Blue Terran. And TidleyWinx spawning as the Teal Protoss. And this guy, let's see, what was his ID on Playhem? Let's see. Maybe it was this. The site is... oh, my browser's acting up, so I can't really check. I don't know if he has another name or not. We will call him Tidley, and maybe TidleyWinx. We don't know yet. And it is GSL Crevasse, so we may see a Command Center or Nexus first. This is one of those maps where players will generally go for those strategies. He has thrown down a 9 pylon and going out to scout immediately. Going to go in the direction of DDE. DDE is getting his supply depot up by his Command Center. Not going to be looking to wall in just yet. He'll probably place a bunker here eventually, and I don't see DDE going for a command center first on this map just because it's DDE and he normally likes being the aggressor, at least in TVZ. In TVP, I haven't seen him play that much, so we'll see what he ends up doing. There goes the barracks at 12 supply, and Tidley is at 13, and his probe does see a barracks, so he is going to get that gateway. And I like that kind of decision. He's like, okay, well, if I scout you first, I'll know what you have to know if you're going command center first or not. The only thing dangerous about that is if DDE decides to proxy a barracks, and that's exactly what Tidley was doing, saying, okay, if I see a barracks, I'm going to go for a Nexus first. And if DDE ended up building his barracks like right here, or just hiding it like a Makarax, and the probe didn't see, I was like, okay, well, I don't see a barracks. You're probably going command center first. Throw down my Nexus. And that can just open up a huge hole for DDE to exploit, but that did not happen. And just pointing out one of the troubles, if you're 100% reactionary, it's just not a 100% safe move. It's like, okay, I don't see a barracks. I can throw down a Nexus no matter what. No, sometimes players do throw this Makarax. If you ever wonder why barracks just appear behind the Naturalist mineral line, that's kind of why. Hoping for a player to not see that and take a greedy approach just so you can exploit a huge, huge hole. DD doesn't have any gas just yet, and I think the probe, let's see, it better have went up. And yeah, it did go up and see no gas, so he's going to know DD is going for the 1 Rax expand. And Tidley throws down the Simnax core, getting a second gas, so it doesn't look like he's going to be expanding immediately. He could go for like a 2 Rax expand or even a 1 Rax expand. I mean, Rax gate, 1 gate expand, or 2 gate expand. But I've started seeing Protosses, if they want to go for a 1 gate expand on maps like this, they just go for 1 gate then expand. Don't worry about the Cybernex core, and of course won't get a Stalker out. So it looks like Tidley is going to be going on the aggressive. And since his scouting saw no gas, you can see he scouted the gases around the time of the orbital command, so he knew there was no gas. That's around 15 supply. He knows it's probably going to be a command center. And he's going to get Stalkers out. If he gets Blink, he can easily abuse this, but I don't know if he will. This one SCV is coming around, will get taken out by that 1 Stalker, but with Blink, you can see DDE's bunker placements right here. So he gets one, he just actually comes up here with his Stalkers, blinks to the side, and then walks up and just ignores the bunkers. Doesn't fight right here. If he just bypasses the bunkers, his Stalkers will be able to kite Marines, and he can just win the game right there. It is really tough to defend against Blink on a lot of maps if you go for a 1 rack or a gasless expansion. It is possible, just tough because you depend on these bunkers. Without these bunkers, your Marines are very fragile. You won't have stim, you won't have combat shields. DD is getting a tech lab with more barracks on the way. Again, he did go for the expansion. That is up. The Nexus is about halfway, so it was a 1 gate expand, and then he got a robo facility, which I like. Get that observer out so you can see what exactly DD is doing, because he's Terran. As Axlav said, playing Terran's like rolling a 12-sided die. You never know what you're going to get. More gates on the way, so it's going to be a 3-gate robo. And this, like I was saying with Axlav, very, very safe out of an expansion. You see what your opponent has. You're not too far down any tech tree, and DDE sees everything, so he knows what's going on. But, you're not far down any tech tree. Your observer comes out. You can build whatever you think would be the perfect counter. and takes that 12-sided die to pretty much just a normal 6-sided die. And you're like, okay, well, I know what you're doing. A lot less options. And DDE likes what he sees. He is going to be moving out with a lot of Marines and this one Marauder. He does not have concussive shells just yet, so that Stalker may get away. Taking some damage, and yeah, it looks like he does get away because concussive shells is not researched. And we see an Immortal on the way, and DDE is just going to be falling back. He is getting his factory now as he knows the Robo facility is out. He can't let Colossus Tech come out and not have his Starport Tech, or at least Ghost Tech or something. And getting a reactor and a tech lab right now. And that would be his third gas for DDE. And let's see, is this the version with the glitch? No, it is not. Observer does come in here, is going to see everything that DDE is doing. And he's going to get a forge, and with seeing this, I want to say he's just going to go for that Robo Bay and get the Colossus out fairly quickly, because he knows it's going to be Marine heavy with well, I guess there's 2 tech labs in, one undecided with the reactor, but right now, DD is Marine heavy. And random missile turret actually takes out that Observer. So that thing does pay for itself. The Observer most likely scouted the reactor and Starport. Let's see. Yeah, it did scout that. Most likely he's going to swap in and go for medevac drops. But there's always the possibility he goes for Hellions. And not medevac drops, like Vikings or something. Sometimes I don't know what I'm saying, but he's going to get medevacs and most likely do a drop first. Is getting his third base up already. Tiddly just getting 2 more gates, does have that forge, getting upgrades, getting that armor first, just because DDE builds a lot of Marines. And there we go, that Robo Bay is up. And he gets that Lance before getting Colossus, and this could be, well, it's not going to be what cost him the game, because, well, maybe if he does a huge drop, DDE can do a lot of damage. That one Observer is about, and I think DD may have saw it and just dancing around it. He is going for his third base, so I don't think he wants to lose his entire army. He wants to kind of play on the defensive. He's getting 2 more medevacs out, and we're going to see 1 drop. I'm almost certain he's going to do 1 drop. And what is this SCV and Marine doing? DD may be taking a 4th base so quickly. 2 Marauders plus 2 medevacs just chilling out in the middle of the map. And what are you going to do, SCV? He may just be scouting for ninja bases, or he may be taking a ninja base of his own. DD, though, cannot engage. Tiddly now has the Colossus out. Well, does he have Stalkers? He's got 3. Where are they at? There's, I guess, just split up. Doesn't really have him with his Colossus, and that could be dangerous. Like, 4 Vikings could just come in, pick off this Colossus for absolutely nothing. And DD just building a supply depot there, blocking this. So it's just to prevent ninja expansions. He was going to do a drop, then the Observer saw it, so he's just going to get back. Throw down the scan, kill that Observer, and now Tiddly's like, oh, man. Okay, yeah, he's getting Observer. So that did... killing the Observer forces him to get another one, which means the Colossus count is going to be a little bit lower or delayed. Scan goes down, sees the entire army, sees all these zealots, should know that charge will be coming. And did that? Yeah, he did see the Twilight Council, so he knows he's going to go charge lot Colossus. And we're going to see a lot more Vikings on the way just because he knows there's not really any anti-air. And there goes another supply depot just blocking all the possible nexus. He's like, no, you're not going to expand that. No, you're not expanding here. Eventually, he'll have vision of all the expansions that Tiddly can take. And if you're wondering, both these players, I believe, are Grandmaster. I know DDE right now is #1 spot on the ladder. And he is getting a Ghost Academy. Has a big Bioforce He's going to have to do a great job splitting that up to get as big as concave as possible to take this out. It's a lot of zealots. And he does have +1 armor and actually getting +1 plasma shields. That is interesting. And the plasma shields most likely just because the upgrade, the +1 armor, finished before the Templar Archive, so he couldn't go +2 armor. So he goes for that plasma shield upgrade because it's like getting +2 armor, kind of. The Observer sees the Bioforce has gone down in size, so Tiddly should know a drop is on the way, and DDE is going to have to defend like a madman. He's got a lot of his units away, throwing up a lot of bunkers. Again, there's not much anti-air, so Vikings can do a lot of damage, and this could just be game. Tiddly caught with his pants down. And DDE taking out those cannons. And gonna take out this Nexus and force the Protoss player to be on just one base. He's got his next Nexus building, but DDE is going behind, picking off all of the Colossus and then that Nexus. And yeah, Tiddly is just caught with his pants absolutely down. There's the GG. Well played for DDE. And Tiddly cursing his own units right there. He's like, ah, stupid Colossus. Find that kind of humorous. And you can see the resource collection rate just skyrocketed for DDE. I guess he threw down a bunch of mules or something when he took his third base. And his army value kind of stayed the same. He was up with Tiddly near that end, and just caught his army out of position. Was 2 places, and Tiddly was nowhere near anywhere where he could do it. I guess the best thing in that scenario would be good for a base trade, because he's caught in the middle of the map. Full dropship coming. He goes to deal with that dropship, and then, well, his Colossus gets stuck behind. Those things get picked off. He has no anti-air, even if you want to protect those Colossus. And then his third base also goes down. So there's nothing really he could have done at that point besides counterattack.